Well, hello and welcome to my reflections on day 59. Day 59 is all about moderation and living frugally, but also about the idea of living with no limits. But it's also in that section of the Tao that talks a lot about leadership. And so, how have I interpreted that today? There's a line in the Tao that says, when you know no limits, you're fit to lead. And that essentially means that you're happy to be able to live with no rules. And no rules doesn't necessarily mean anarchy. What no rules means, or the way that I've interpreted it within the Tao and part of that piece of being in the flow, is that you're not now hampered or restricted by the constraints that other people place on you. And when you then think about living frugally or with moderation, then you as a leader now are allowing people to blossom and grow. You are very frugal with the rules, or very moderate with the structure that you provide around other people. You give them the ability to be the best version of themselves. So that kind of really resonates. And I've spent today with a group of people at a graduation ceremony that certainly in the windows of time that they've been with me and the education process that we run around that, then I have really tried to do that, is to encourage them not to place any limitations on themselves, to be able to live outside of the limiting beliefs and the stuff that they have accumulated or been given around how they should and shouldn't be in the world, and in order to be free. And in order to support and demonstrate that other people are free to be the best version of themselves. When we do that, we live within this place, within the Tao. We live within this place that is very often referred to as the flow state, the zone. Some people call it happiness. Some people call it a sense of inner knowing. Some people describe it as peace, or just that sense of joy that just exists by knowing that we're connected to other human beings and that we're alive. I think as we talk, as I've talked to people throughout all of my life around what they're looking for, very often lots of people have got different words for different conceptual ideas of how to say something very, very similar. Because when you say to them, what does that look like? What does that mean? How would I know from the outside looking in? Very often they describe a place where they are just free to be unhindered to be the best version of themselves. And that's a really cool place to be. So I wish you all the ability to engage in a place and a space where you're the best version of yourself. And actually, for us in a leadership role, that what it actually means potentially is that we need to encourage other people to be the best version of themselves. And actually that means they're free to be themselves to start with. So tomorrow, the day after, whenever you do it, is just take a moment and think about just putting to one side any rules. Be really frugal. Be really frugal with what you think people should and shouldn't do. Just allow them to engage in being themselves. Now, it might take a bit of time because some people may have to learn how to do that. Some people may not necessarily be used to doing that. But in the words of Yoda, do it you can. Stay safe. I'll see you all soon.